What's good, YouTube? In this video series, we'll be going over a full comprehensive guide on how to use the iPhone 15. This will work for the iPhone 15 and most versions of the iPhone that have the updated iOS as well. This will be a beginner's guide to using the iPhone 15, and we'll be going over the basic features of turning on your phone and the basic features like your home screen and how to do basic functions of the phone, like making calls, browsing the internet, or sending a text message, or even listening to music as well. This video isn't really geared towards people that already know how to use an iPhone, but it's more for people that are just using the iPhone for the first time, or maybe you're switching from another platform like Android. If you like this kind of content or find this kind of content helpful, leave a message down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. This part of the video series will be going over a few different areas of the iPhone, just if you're getting started with it. So in this video series, we'll be going over exactly what the physical controls are of the iPhone and how to use the physical controls to do basic functions of your iPhone. And then after that, we'll be going over some of the different aspects of the home screen and how to navigate different pages and aspects of the home screen and what are the different functions of the home screen. And then from there, we'll be going over a quick tutorial on how to use one of the most basic apps on your iPhone, which is this phone button here that you can use to make calls. In the next parts of the video series, we'll be going over several other functions of the iPhone as well, which include browsing the internet, sending text messages, and also opening up and downloading and updating your apps as well. Next, we'll be going over just some of the physical controls that you can find on the iPhone. So we just want to unpack some of these controls here. So of course, you know that the front of the phone has the screen, and the portion here right towards the top that you find blacked out is actually called the dynamic island, and that has your front-facing camera and various sensors that the iPhone will use for Face ID. To the right of the phone is actually your power button. So if you want to turn on or off the screen, you can actually use this power button here to just hit that power button once and you turn off the screen. To the left is your volume rocker, which you can use to increase or decrease the volume on your phone. And then also you have your SIM card slot here, which you can use with a SIM card key to open it up and put in your SIM card. On the bottom of the phone is actually your speaker grills, and for this case, the iPhone 15 series, your USB-C port, which you can use for charging. And we'll just demonstrate here. So if you want to plug in your iPhone, what you want to do is take your USB-C cable and you actually want to plug it in the bottom of the phone like so. So that's the summary of the physical attributes of your phone. So now that you know where these actual buttons are, we'll just go over some of the basic functions that you can use with these actual buttons. So if you want to power off the phone and you have the iPhone on, you want to go to your power button on the right here, and then your up volume button here, and you want to hold those down. And as you can see, when you hold both of those down, you get taken to this menu where you have a few options. One, you can slide it to the right here on the screen to power off your phone. And two, the second slider is you can slide it to the right there to make an emergency call. So what we'll do here is we'll actually slide to the right and we'll actually power off our phone. And as you can see now, the iPhone is powered off. And if you tap on the screen or actually press the power button, nothing happens as the phone has been powered off. Now, to turn the power back on the iPhone, what you want to do is hold to the right on that power button there, and then you'll see the Apple logo pop up here. And with that Apple logo popping up, you'll know that your iPhone is actually booting up and starting to power on. And we'll just wait a couple moments here for the iPhone to power on, and you're taken right back to your lock screen here. So just a quick recap in case you've been following along. The physical buttons that you want to know about are the power button on the right here, which you can use to power on and off your phone, the volume rocker on the left, the SIM cards tray, and also the USB port or the Lightning port at the bottom, which you can use to power or charge your phone and also transfer data, which we'll get into a little bit later as well. And of course, if you want to get to the power off menu, you want to hold on the top left and the power button simultaneously, and then you'll be taken to this menu, which you can use to power off your phone. Next, we'll be going over our lock screen, as there are some interesting features on the lock screen you might want to be aware of if you've never used an iPhone before. So on the lock screen, as you can see, there's a few readouts. You actually have your battery indicator here that shows how much battery you have left. There's a little indicator to the left of the dynamic island just to show you that your phone has been locked. And then you have today's date and the current time, your wallpaper, and also, depending on your settings, you may have your notifications, whatever active notifications you have in this area of the lock screen. As you can see, there's two buttons here. One is to access your flashlight. So if you hold this button, the flashlight will actually turn on the back of the iPhone. And then if you hold this button, the camera will actually be turned on for the iPhone. And you can also swipe up there, and then you'll be prompted with whatever security that you have here. In this case, we have our passcode. So we want to enter in our passcode. And then from there, the iPhone will be unlocked and you'll be taken right back to the home screen. So that's just a quick breakdown of the lock screen. Next up, we have the home screen here, and this is the default home screen that you'll have on your iPhone. And I just want to point out several sections of the home screen here. So the home screen will be popped up every time that you either exit an app or you unlock your device. You'll usually be taken to the last app you have or back to your home screen. But if you actually want to go back to the home screen, the gesture that you're looking for is actually swiping up from the bottom of the app there. So if you unlock your phone and you want to get back to the home screen, once again, all you have to do is swipe up here from the bottom of the phone, and then you'll be taken back to the home screen there. There's a few items on the home screen that we should probably point out here. One, at the top here, you have some widgets here. So you have your weather and your date widgets. And then below that, you have your apps. So these are all the apps on your phone. And as you can see, it's currently showing in 4x4 columns and rows here, because that's how much space you have on your iPhone. So if you want to open up an app, let's say we want to open up the Reminders app here, you simply tap that once on the home screen and that will open up the Reminders app. And then once again here, we can use the swipe up function to swipe up from our phone. From there, if you want to look down there, there's a little quick search bar here, so you can use that to type in anything you want to search on, either on the internet or on your actual phone. So once again, you want to hit that search button there, and you can search for an app or a file or even a website or a search engine result from the internet. And then below there, you have your app tray, and these are the most commonly used apps on your phone. And as you can see, by default, it's your phone app, your Safari app, your Messages app, and your Music app. So these will be on every screen of the home screen, just so that you have easy access to them. Speaking of screens on the home screen, from there, if you want to look at more apps, you can actually swipe left or right, and then you can get taken to different kinds of home screens. Here you'll be if you swipe to the right from your last home screen page, you'll be taken to another widgets and news app, and here we usually have the latest on the news and other Apple widgets that are loaded on default on that portion of the home screen. And you can change and customize this later on as well. What I want to point out here is that if you notice, when I'm swiping to the left and right on my home screen, there's a little change at the bottom here with two dots just showing where I am. So with the two dots would signify a different page on the home screen, and it shows you how many pages you have left to swipe. And then as you can see, when I swipe to the right, I have another page of apps here, and then these apps are organized in a 4-column by rows based default on the iPhone. And then from there, there's one other thing that I want to point out, because before we've just been seeing the icons here, where each icon will actually open up a specific app, like for example reminders here. But if you notice on this screen of the home screen, you have a little bit of a different icon here called utilities. That's actually an app folder, and if you tap on that, it'll open up a folder full of different utilities. And here, if you tap on any of these apps like this calculator, you'll open up that app in that folder. And to go back there, you just want to type on the dark portions of your screen to go back to your home screen. You can customize the folder and also the app layout of your home screen, but we'll get into that in another tutorial. And then if you swipe to the right here, we'll be taken to our app library, and this is just another feature in the iPhone that makes it very easy for you to navigate all of the apps on your iPhone. So here actually in the app library contains all of the apps in a single page, and if you hit this search button here, you can either type in the name of the app that you're looking for, or you can scroll up and down to see all of the apps on your phone, or you can use this handy alphabetical slider here, and if you just slide up and down here and you'll stop your finger at whichever letter you want to stop at, you'll be able to go through a quick alphabetized list of all of your apps. And if you hit cancel here, we'll be taken back to the home screen. And as you can see, if you swipe to the right there, you'll be taken to the different pages of your home screen. So if you've been following along, just to recap so far, this is the home screen, and you want to swipe to go to different pages of your home screen. If you swipe all the way to the left, you'll get to the widgets page, which you can customize, but by default it usually has your news and several default widgets like stocks. And if you swipe all the way to the other side, you'll get your app library, which contains a summary of all your apps. At the home screen, what things you want to pay attention to are your widgets here, which you can customize later, your actual apps, app folders, as well as the app tray here, which we'll be getting into right now. So in this tutorial, we want to go over some of the basic apps that you have to use. So one of the basic apps with the iPhone is, of course, your phone app, which you can see by this green icon at the bottom left here in your app tray. As you can see, if I switch between my different home pages, you'll still have the phone there because it's one of the apps that you'll be using a lot on your iPhone. So if we open up the phone page, we'll be taken to a keypad, and then from here you can dial in a number, and then if you want to phone that number, you hit the green button there, and then that number will be dialed. Here you can also check out your recent calls, your contacts, which you can add later. You can go back to the keypad, and you can also check your voicemails as well. So all of this is in this phone app here. So the steps for turning on the iPhone and actually making a phone call are like so. So let's say the phone is powered on, but it's in sleep right now, so you won't see anything on the screen. What you want to do is actually hit the power button there, and then you'll be taken to your lock screen here. If you have Face ID set up on your phone, you can use your face to unlock your phone, but in this case we have a passcode, so we want to enter in our passcode, and then from there we'll be taken to our home screen. And then from our home screen, what we want to do is hit this phone app at the bottom left of the tray here. If by chance you're in an app, like let's say you're in the reminders app, and then you have that opened up and you unlock your phone will actually take you directly to the reminders app because that was the last app you used. To get back to the home screen in order to make a call, what you want to do is swipe up there, and then you'll be taken to the home screen, and as you can see, you'll be able to access the phone and call app right here at the bottom left of the screen. So if you hit that, you'll be able to make a call by several ways. One, you can use a keypad if you want to dial in a number. Two, if it's a recent call, then you can use the recent calls menu here, or here you can hit contacts and you can call a contact there as well. So I just want to point out that in order to navigate the phone app, you want to use the menu button at the bottom of the screen here, and from there you can go over things like voicemail, keypad, contacts, recent, and favorites. And then, much like every other app, if you want to exit the phone app, you can just swipe up from the bottom here. So if we want to call this person here, we just simply hit their number and then it will call them. And then you can also use a keypad to dial other people as well, and then you hit that green button and then you'll be taken to an active call there as well. So that is it for this part of the beginner's guide. We'll be going into several other apps like browsing the internet and creating a text message in our next part of the series. If you like this kind of content and found this tutorial helpful, leave a message down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.